I mean, it really undercuts Mitt's notion that you didn't build this. Here's another segment that's not getting enough attention from that Mitt Romney tape. And I'm not sure what the point of this is. I mean, I'm trying to get into Mitt's head as to why he brought up this story. Now, think about this. You're in a room full of wealthy people. You've already, you talked about how you didn't inherit any money. You want to flatter them. You want to flatter yourself. So understand when Mitt Romney says in this tape, he's going to say this twice. He's going to say it at the beginning of this story and at the end of this story. I want you to think about why he is saying this. Why he is saying this comment about 95% of your life is set if you live in America. He says it at the beginning and at the end.
5% of life is set up for you if you're born in this country. And I remember going sorry just to bore you with stories, but when I was back in my private equity days, we went to China to buy a factory there. It employed about 20,000 people. And they were almost all young women between the ages of about 18 and 22 or 23. They were saving for potentially becoming married, and they worked in these huge factories. They made various small appliances. And as we were walking through this facility, seeing them work, the number of hours they worked per day, the pittance they earned, living in dormitories with little bathrooms at the end of maybe 10 rooms. In the rooms, they had 12 girls per room, 3 bunk beds on top of each other. I mean, you've seen it. And around this factory was a fence, a huge fence with barbed wire and guard towers. And we said, gosh, I can't believe that you keep these girls in. They said, no. This is to keep other people from coming in. Because people want so badly to come work in this factory that we have to keep them out, or they'll just come in here and start working and try and get compensated. So this is to keep people out. And they said, actually, at Chinese New Year, as the girls go home, sometimes they decide they've saved enough money and they don't come back to the factory. And he said, and so on the weekend after Chinese New Year, there'll be a line of people, hundreds long, outside the factory, hoping that some girls haven't come back and they can come to the factory. And so as we were experiencing this for the first time for me to see a factory like this in China some years ago, the main partner I was with turned to me and said, 95% of life is settled if you're born in America. This is an amazing land. And what we have is unique, and fortunately it is so special, we're sharing it with the world.
So here you have Romney bookmarking this story about China. That he goes there to buy a factory, he sees that there are horrible working conditions, and that he's surprised to find out that actually in the context of China, you're actually doing them a favor with these horrible working conditions. Now, I'm not going to interpret whether or not he was like, oh, this is a wonderful opportunity and I can feel good about myself again. Without getting into that part of the debate, he bookends this with saying that 95% of what you need is just done by the fact that you live in America. Now, inadvertently, what Romney's doing is he's admitting you didn't build that. That you didn't build that. That it was all in the context of international world. You benefit just by the fact that you were born in America. Because the Americans that came before you were born created this, which has given you a leg up on the rest of the world. So he inadvertently acknowledges you didn't build that. But then what he also does by saying this is, hey, you guys out there sitting in these chairs, when you see those people who are walking around that are suffering, that are afraid of losing their jobs or have lost their jobs, who are not getting health care, who are maybe not able to put food on the table for their kids, who are subjected to all this financial and economic anxiety, You don't have to worry about them. They got better than they got in China. In the same way that we were surprised to find out that we were doing these Chinese workers a favor by putting them 12 to a room with a tiny bathroom. Don't worry. You're doing them a favor. They all started at that same 95% benefit that you did. All we're talking about is a slight 5% variation in either opportunities or outcomes. You don't have to worry about it. In other words, the poor that we have in this country, they're not really poor. They got microwaves. They got refrigerators. So if you have any of that creeping feeling of, hey, I have some advantages here, maybe I owe something back to society. No. Society owes you. Just like those Chinese girls owed us because we were giving them such good working conditions relative to the rest of the country. So good that we have to build walls to keep people from charging in here. You folks are the makers, and they are the takers. That's what that Chinese story is all about.